Man, oh man, oh man. Arsenal, Arsenal, Arsenal. Guys, yeah, I am actually at a loss for words right now. It's times like these where, if you're a fan of a certain team, which I'm not an Arsenal fan, by the way, but if I was, you really ask yourself, like, is this sport really worth it? Do I need to put myself through this pain every week? Is it really necessary? Because honestly, Arsenal they had this game. They did. They were comfortable. They were fine. Right? Like you can see through here, Villa were not doing anything. You look at the momentum chart, Villa were not doing anything. And then all of a sudden, again, 0.15 XG in the first half. Villa were not on any type of timing. And yet, look at the result. 2-2. 2 goals within 8 minutes. Insane result. The next player we gotta talk about is Martin Odegaard. And I'm gonna be very honest, I don't really know what he did today. He did not really offer much. He didn't really offer much creatively. His passing was too safe. He wasn't really looking to spot runs. And then on top of that, he just doesn't really have the athleticism that you need a number 10 to have to be able to just say pick up the ball and carry it a whole bunch of yards like Morgan Rogers can, for example, even though he didn't exactly have a good game today either. And it's starting to become a bigger problem because, bro, I think at this point, Arsenal's most creative players are Lewis Skelly and Declan Rice and Trossard, when that's supposed to be his job, right? That's literally why he's in the team. And this is even more of an issue now because Saka's not here. So he even needs to pick up the slack and be even more creative than he normally is to make up for that. And he's not really showing that he has the ability to do that. Right? Like if we look here, right, this is the expected assists from all the players in the match. Declan Rice and Trossard had more than him. Right? Like he's literally competing with Rick and Partey in terms of creativity, and Partey literally played as an inverted fullback. So it's like, especially in games like this, because the thing with Arsenal too was that after the game had gone to 2-2, right? Like Arsenal started to pick up the momentum at the end. Again, you can kind of see through their chart. They were pretty much trying to go on a late game onslaught to get that third goal. And it's in situations like that you need that striker, which they unfortunately lacked. And it's unfortunate for them because Havertz actually scored today, right? And then obviously they scored with Marino, but the goal was chalked off for handball. So honestly, yeah, I think in terms of things that Arsenal need to look at in terms of priorities, strikers number 1, a left winger is number 2, and then they might need to bring in a number 10 as well. Like even when you go and just look at the first goal, like look how narrow they are to defend it. I mean, seriously, like Lucas Digne just has all the time in the world here to pick up the ball, right? And then I also want you to follow Marino, right? Look at Tielemans coming in to make this run. Marino's too busy ball watching, right? And because Partey is not a natural right back, he's too slow to actually put on any pressure, right, to Digne to put in this cross. Now Timber has to rotate over to pick up the person that Partey was picking up, and then now Gabriel is now focused on Ollie Watkins, so which is obviously going to allow for the path to run into here. So Marino needs to not be watching and make sure that Tielemans isn't going to get an easy opportunity to pick up this cross. And unfortunately, he does not do that, right? Tielemans gets in front of him, and he gets the header off. So, again, just slight defensive mistakes. Like those are those small margins that will kill you in a game like this. The second goal is even worse. Like I want you to just pay attention to Partey here, right? He literally lets him go. he lets Ollie Watkins go. And I'm not really sure why he would do that. Right? Like they're literally fighting in the box and he just allows him to get the header off. Again, like it's different when you have, natural defenders there. They're just going to have that different type of instinct. It's a similar thing that we were talking about when we were talking about the Real Madrid Barcelona games. Like this whole, we're just going to put, somewhat defensive minded midfielders back to play as actual defenders and it's going to work out just fine. Unfortunately, situations like this happen. And now they've conceded 2 goals. They didn't have the strike force necessary to get a clutch goal like Darwin Nunez did today for Liverpool. And now they're looking at, the table and they're way more behind than they were earlier. And now they're 6 points behind Liverpool, with Liverpool having a game in hand. And if you ask me, I think the title race is over. So, it's unfortunate if you are an Arsenal fan. And, it'll be hard to see where they go from here, but it is what it is. If you watched the video, appreciate it. Please give a like, subscribe to the channel, and most importantly of all, make sure to have a good day.